What's going on, guys? My name's Theoatrix and welcome to my passive money making guide for old school. This video takes you through a variety of methods that run off timers, allowing you to do these every few hours, every day, or at times every week. For a nicer watching experience, I've categorized these methods into different skilling categories, and within each one, they'll be ranked from lowest to highest requirement. So starting off with farming, and due to the nature of the skill being on a global timer and usually taking hours to complete a patch, there's lots of money to be made passively. At only 30 farming, you can plant willow trees among the 5 different tree patches in Runescape. The cool thing about growing your own willow tree is they're the only tree that you can obtain branches from. After checking the health of a grown willow tree, your tree starts creating branches, starting at 0, and every 5 minutes it generates 1 branch with a maximum of 7 in one tree. So a cool moneymaker comes out of that every at least 35 minutes. You can take your secateurs to a grown willow tree, use it on it, and harvest 41k for all 5 tree patches. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to harvest all of them, giving an effective profit of at least 800k per hour. Farming herbs is a great way to passively make some cash every 90 minutes. To get the most money out of herb farming, you should be using Ultra Compost, which you can buy off the Grand Exchange. You should also use Magic Secateurs, which are rewarded from Fairy Tale Part 1. With farming, the number of herbs you get only slightly changes depending on your farming level. What changes the most is how often your plants will die. At low farming levels, the best seeds to plant for money are toadflax seeds and avento seeds. Once you're above level 70 and there's a lower chance of your crops dying, you can start planting more expensive seeds like ranars and snapdragons. As you can probably gather, the profit per run varies a lot with your farming level and RNG. On average, a low level herb run will get you about 50k per 6-patch herb run, whereas a higher farming level, you can expect 80 to over 100k per full run. With the addition of the Farming Guild, there are now 2 cactus patches in Runescape, one in Alcarad and one in Tier 1 of the Farming Guild, which requires 60% Hosidas House favor. Also with the Farming Guild came the new potato cacti seeds, which require 64 farming to plant. Regular cactus farming requires 55 farming, and once the cactus is fully grown, you can pick the potato cacti or spines off of it, and these will fully regrow every 75 minutes. Taking the rewards from your cactus plant also varies with your farming level. For potato cacti, you can expect 10 at a lower level and up to 20 at a higher level, which is a massive profit. Spines will give half of that amount, so 5 at a lower level and 10 at a higher level. Since both the potato cacti and the spines are used in payments for farming, they're in high demand, making them almost 1k each. I've mentioned in videos before, to make the most money out of cacti, you should integrate them into your herb or tree runs, so you don't lose much time with banking. The next section I'll be covering is diary rewards, and all of these diaries I'm going to talk about reset every 24 hours at exactly the same time, 12 AM UTC. After doing the Western Provinces achievement diary, Rance the Fat Ogre will give you free ogre arrows daily. With easy, you won't get a lot, but for elites, you get about 30k for under 1 minute of your time. The fastest way to get to Rance is using the AKS Fairy Ring code. The next diary is the VARROCK diary, and with the elite, this is probably the most profitable method in the entire video. Zarf in VARROCK offers battle staves in his barrel at a discounted price, and since battle staves have a pretty high alch value, you can resell the staves to the Grand Exchange for over a 1k profit per staff. Being something you can do every day, you can implement this easily into your tree runs when you're going past the VARROCK tree patch. Each day, you can get 20k to 170k in profit, which ranges from 140k to 1.2 mil per week. Next up is the KANDARIN diary, and on the daily you can exchange noted flax for noted bowstring, getting about 50 GP profit per one. The person you need to talk to is located in the flax fields, which is decently close to the fruit tree patch and herb patch at Catherby. The hard and elite perk is comparable to another herb patch in a herb run. Another huge perk of the elite KANDARIN diary is 84 buckets of sand delivered directly to your bank daily. To get the sand, all you need to do is log in that day. However, the number of sand won't stack up if you stay offline for a few days. Each day equates to about 5k profit per day, and in a whole year, that's 1.8 mil just for logging in. The diary requirements are decently high, of course, being an elite diary, but that's a great perk for those higher level players or for Ironmen for glass blowing. Next, I'd like to talk about mini-games, and in my opinion, there are 2 mini-games worth doing every now and then for passive money. Managing Miscellanea is a great low-effort way to make over 100k per day depending on your RNG and the prices of rewards. After the Throne of Miscellanea quest, you can allocate 10 workers to work, and after the Royal Trouble quest, that goes to 15 workers. At this current point in time, the most profitable selection is 10 workers at the coal activity and 5 on teak and mahogany. These change pretty often with changes on the Grand Exchange, so in the description I've linked a spreadsheet that shows you the best allocations. You should allocate 10 workers to the green box and 5 to the orange box. To allocate workers and collect your rewards, you need to go to the first level of the Miscellanea Castle right next to the CIP Fairy Ring. You firstly need to gain 100% approval rating. The fastest way to get approval is by raking the patches right next to the castle entry. Once you're at 100% and you have money in your coffer, you're set to earn money. Each day, your approval rating goes down 2.5% without or 1% with Royal Trouble. To maximize your profits, each day you can come to Miscellanea, rake one of the patches, and your approval will go back to 100%. Alternatively, you can wait a full week, and then once your approval goes down to 93%, you can rake your way back to 100% for a slightly lesser profit. At all times, I recommend keeping at least 2 mil in the coffers per week. If you think you're going to take a long break from Runescape, I recommend putting up to and over 5 mil into the coffers so you can let it earn for you while you're gone. Each day, it takes 50 or 75k from the coffer with or without Royal Trouble, but that will be converted into rewards that you'll profit from. To learn more about the Managing Miscellanea minigame, I've put some longer videos in the description, and in the near future I'll be making a guide for it as well. The next minigame is the Nightmare Zone, and with any leftover points after obtaining your imbuables, you can get 15 herb boxes on the daily. Each box gives an average loot of 9.5k, and they also cost 9.5k Nightmare Zone points to buy. That makes it a profit of almost 150k per day. This is a moneymaker that I strongly recommend doing only if you AFK at the Nightmare Zone for combat XP, or if you've done so in the past. If you haven't, it does take some time to get enough points to sustain a week, month, or year doing this method, and there's probably better uses for your time if you aren't here AFKing. Now moving into some miscellaneous methods. First is item flipping. By finding large margins on the Grand Exchange through buying and selling one of an item, you can set a big buy amount at the low price and sell at the higher price. My favorite resource when it comes to flipping is using the OSBuddy free Grand Exchange website. It shows the average buy and average sell price of current people playing the game. It also shows the trading quantities on the Grand Exchange as a small graph in the bottom right. For more passive income, look for items with low trade volumes, since offers in those take a long time to fulfill and also have very large margins. The second miscellaneous method has a really high requirement of level 99 fletching. Every day you can take 3 mithril grapples out of your fletching cape, and that's worth 3.6k per day for about 10 seconds of your time. In a year, those mithril grapples will add up to over 3,900 grapples, and that'll be a profit of 1.2 mil a year. So overall, in my opinion, these are the best passive dailies. I'm not saying the other ones aren't worth your time, but these are the ones you should try to do as often as possible. To get the most money out of farming, herb runs and potato cacti are great passive incomes. Any VARROCK diary is great for money, but try to aim for the best one you can do. I recommend at least the Hard Western Provinces diary with rants and the Elite KANDARIN diary because the lower tiers don't give much money. I also recommend consistently doing the Throne of Miscellanea, especially if you're someone paying with in-game money for a bond, and in my opinion, herb boxes are great only if you AFK at the Nightmare Zone. Anyways guys, that's my passive money making guide. Let me know what you thought in the comments and leave a like if you enjoyed today's video. I'm also going to be releasing the new 35-inch gaming mouse pads to my merch store in the coming few weeks, so if you're interested when those will be out, I've put a notification link in the description. so you can be notified when they're out. Anyways, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.